All right, thanks for joining us. I'm with Lakewood. My name is Morgan Lekstrom. I'm the president of Lakewood Exploration. We are going to make some forward-looking statements as per every presentation you ever hear. I want to highlight us. We're a newly formed silver company. We were formed in May. We have 3 past producing silver mines. One here in Idaho, just down the road, 40 minutes. It's in the Revette formation, same formation as Lucky Friday, Galena, all these other high-producing, high-grade gold or silver mines. We have 2 mines in Nevada, one in the historic Hamilton district. This mine is on the other side of Treasure Hill, so off the south side of the Eberhard Fault, high-grade past producing as well. Grades of up to 18,500 grams a ton out of there. No modern exploration work has been done on either of our Nevada properties since the 1800s on Eliza, and Silverton being that in the 1930s. So a lot of potential to grow there. Big part of our company is the team that was formed. We have an exceptional team, people with exploration experience, capital market experience, and with myself being the mine builder type. So my background, we'll go over that after. Our share structure, we have 37.4 million shares out. We are extremely tight. We're very tightly held. We're new. We have a lot of room to grow in our share structure. We structured this in a way that allowed us to grow as we needed to with our assets and not be over diluted right away. So we're really proud of our share structure. Options 2.7 million, 7.8 million warrants, and over fully diluted about 47.8. So again, a lot of room to grow on that. I just want to point out on the Lassonde curve where we sit. We are right at the bottom of the Lassonde curve for valuation standpoint, for value growing standpoint. We have a lot of targets we're going to talk about. We'll explain why those 3 sit on the Lassonde curve and hopefully get you interested in it. This is a kind of a drill down version of the Lassonde curve. We're sitting in that massive growth potential. You know, the market's doing what it's doing, but we have the potential with our 3 assets to grow at an exponential rate. We also have the potential in our 3 assets to build producing mines. So that's something to keep in mind with us. I want to touch on our Silver Strand and Burnt Cabin area. So the Silver Strand project is here in Idaho. It's just down the road from Coeur d'Alene. It's in the same Revette formation. It was been past producing down to 90 meters, high-grade silver mine with a gold credit. So what that means, we produce silver out of it eventually. It produces gold as well, up to 5 grams a ton. In the underground, we've actually seen 9 grams a ton. The existing stopes, we've pulled samples from 2,744 grams a ton silver out of there and 9 grams a ton gold. We consolidated a land package that has not been done either. So we're consolidated a 5.5 kilometer land package. That allows us to now explore all along the strike length. So we're right off the Osborne Fault, and then we're splay off what's called the Burnt Cabin Fault. That's showing a strong mineralization all the way across our property up to what we call the Burnt Cabin. It's pretty evident. We have some really good samples in our newsletters or our news results so far. So we're really excited to keep exploring this area. I mean, you heard Hecla earlier about Lucky Friday still producing. A lot of these big silver mines are in the Revette formation, exactly down to depth, 1,800 meters plus deep. We've only mined the first 90 meters of it. We picked it up and it was mined to the first 90 meters. So we have a lot of potential on down dip and on width. The stope width was 30 feet, the past producing stope. So it's pretty compelling from, you look at a mining company, you go, best place to find a new mine is in the shadows of a head frame or where there was an existing mine. So we're really excited to kick off our maiden drill program. We actually started drilling today on surface. And because it was a past producing mine, we went in there. I went in myself with our team, decided to rehabilitate the underground. That was completed 2 weeks ahead of schedule and under budget. And we put in a new drill cuddy, stepped it off from the ore body. So we are going to be drilling from underground as well as surface. This is our plan right now. We want to hit the ore body. There's past producing holes. You can see one of them being at 1,900 grams a ton. That's 40, 50 meters below whatever the past production areas. So we know it extends down. We just have to define it. We are planning on drilling about 2,700 meters in our campaign. Now that we're drilling from underground versus surface, that will change. The effective drilling changes when you're not drilling holes with a whole bunch of overburden in them. So now our effective drilling may be 700-800 meters from underground, but more high accuracy for the hits, better definition from it, less overburden, low to no impact on the environment. We're really conscious about that and how we're doing our drilling method. I want to skip over to Eliza. This is our Nevada asset. So Eliza was brought into the company, Eliza and Silverton, brought in about, I'd say 2.5 months ago. I spent a week down there with the gentleman that brought it into our company, brought it over to us. It was a share structure deal, no cash out for it. It was a past producing area. It's in the historic Hamilton district. Now, a lot of people forget about these historic districts because they're historic. they're not producing anymore. So this is where that Treasure Hill mine was. We're on the south side of that. Treasure Hill and that Hamilton district produced roughly 40 million ounces of silver in the 1800s, between 1860 and 1870. So that was an incredible amount of silver. Never been looked at with modern technology on our property. We're on the south side of that, south side of what's called the Eberhard Fault, the California mines in that area, which produce grades up to 18,500 grams a ton silver and down to 5,600 grams a ton silver. So we're actively working on that site now with our geologist. We hired a separate geologist to work that area. We're doing geochem, geophysics, mapping, stratigraphy. We're trying to figure out what's going on there. I think we have a pretty darn good idea now about what happened on that site and what the mineralization is doing. And so we've been adding to our land package in that area because we're seeing it all the way down up to 5 kilometers. So it's a pretty exciting time for us with the Hamilton district. Here's where we are. Hamilton is about an hour and a half out of Eureka and Ely, kind of between the two. Road accessible. It's good terrain if you have a 4x4. I quite liked it. Just some amazing rocks in there, very brecciated. There's the Devonian limestone in that area is sitting underneath a pilot shale. So we think that what's going on there is the pilot shale and the Devonian, there's a contact point, and that's where the silver's hosted. It was proven out when they originally started mining these areas. They had high-grade mines, and they plopped them in random spots. So we're actually trying to come up with we have a philosopher, a hypothesis that there's a lateral or a horizontal and there's a brecciated zone there in a pipe. So we're proving that out right now at Eliza. There's a lot of room to grow on that asset. Could be, we think, is a huge silver discovery, and it hasn't been looked at since the 1800s. This is a good way to look at the asset itself. Shows the fault block. You see the Eberhard Fault up in that area. We're south of that. We come all the way down. Our land package has been completely expanded across the bottom to pick up another mine. So we are actively looking at past producing mines in the area, bringing that resource up, understanding the geology there, and then drilling it in very short order. Next, Silverton. So Silverton is also another past producing silver mine. 1930s, had high grade, 30 ounces per ton, 933 grams silver. Great thing about the Silverton mine is the other half of our property at Silverton has gold on it. The unwelded tuff is identical to what we consider the Round Mountain style deposit. So very high depth or low depth. You don't need to drill it far, and it looks very easy to be open pitted. So we're excited to get our geologist down there. He's going to transfer down from Eliza down to there when he's done, and we're going to start mapping it. We're going to start sampling it, doing geochem work, and getting some meaningful drill targets, not only for the silver, but the gold credit that's on that property as well. So we talked about being the right geology for the Round Mountain type deposit. One thing to keep in mind, obviously, these are forward-looking statements and a comparative analysis. I know our geologist that went and took a look at this property for us kind of gave us the whole Round Mountain, I don't know, and then went and looked at it and was pretty happy with what he saw there and kind of phoned back and went, hold on, I think you have something here. So we're not only excited to see this deposit expand, but also to see that there is silver and gold on it, much like our Silver Strand deposit that has a gold credit. So we're unique in that sense. Just kind of want to finish the overlook on our three assets. Silver Strand in Idaho, that's down the road from us, past producing, high grade. We're defining it, we're drilling it. Everything we've told the market we're doing, we've done so far, we've either done it ahead of schedule and under budget or right on time. So we're actively drilling it, and we're looking to get that underground drill mobilized here in the next 2 weeks. So it should be turning within 2 weeks. The Nevada properties, Eliza and Silverton. Eliza, again, past producing, high-grade ore area. We are actively exploring that and going to be building out. You'll see more releases on that in the coming week or two. So our management director, I'm Morgan. I'm the president of the company. My background is actually in mine building. I spent time with Freeport in Indonesia, spent time a couple years on the Oyu-Tolgoi complex in Mongolia. I've spent a lot of time in Africa, West Africa, Ghana, rehabbing and rebuilding an old existing gold mine there, working with multiple different companies doing this. My background leans heavy towards building a silver producing company, and that's what we're trying to build. So we have large exploration payoff and near-term production potential. Lawrence Ralston, ex-Resource Opportunities newsletter. Lawrence has been in the industry for, I put 35 up there to not date him as hard, but 40 years. And Lawrence is an expert in the industry. He is the chairman of Metallo Royalties right now. That's a $700 million company. And Lawrence is actively involved with us. I talk with the man all the time. He is very excited for what we're doing. Jonas Lang on our board. He's a capital markets guy. He's raised over $50 million, and he's also senior VP for Maple Gold. So pretty experienced board right now. Our chief geologist, Phil Mulholland, he's a local guy to Montana. He knows the rocks in the area. He knows the Rivette Formation really well. He has been an incredible asset to us. Been in the industry for 30 plus years. Knows Mr. Eric in the back there pretty well as well. So he's out there actively kicking rocks, I call it, every day. The rest of our team, Al Nash is our CFO. He has been a CFO for multiple listed companies. Christina Pilon is our IR person. If you ever need to get a hold of someone, please get a hold of her or me. But I do want to highlight, we have Ron Burke, ex-Centerra, ex-VP for Senior VP for Centerra for exploration, ex-Silver Standard. So the value that he has that he brings to our company from the geological side with Lawrence, it's a great combination. It's a great pair. We're able to look at things with, a combined almost 100 years of experience in the back, which is pretty rare to see. Warwick Smith and Kurt Hoffman. Kurt Hoffman is a local fellow here. He's the one that helped us put together all our land packages. He has been in the industry for a very long time as well. Kurt's a great guy, and he's been very helpful on our Nevada assets as well, helping staking and expanding our land package down there. Warwick Smith, a very skilled venture capitalist. He is also the CEO of American Pacific, which just presented. Warwick was one of the original founders of the Silver Hammer Group, and we acquired Silver Hammer to get the Silver Strand asset. So I just want to finish off the presentation with, we are changing our name here this week. It will be now called Silver Hammer Mining Corp. That will be announced. It's in our AGM, so it's public knowledge, but we'll be announcing that on Wednesday, and the effective change will be on Friday. The new ticker symbol will be HAMR. Silver Hammer, had to do something funny with it. keep it in people's minds, right? And it will be changed on the OTC as well to HAMRF. So we are Lakewood Exploration. We're 4 months old, and we have a lot of room to grow. Thank you very much.